Mindfulness Learning Series. Phase 4, Mindful Response. From Understanding to Wise Action. Hello, and welcome back. We have now arrived at Phase 4 of our Mindfulness Learning Series. Let's take a moment to reflect on the journey so far. In Phase I, we learned awareness, to notice what is happening within us. In Phase 2, we practiced observing without judgment, to see clearly, without reacting. In Phase 3, we developed understanding, to explore the deeper reasons behind our thoughts and emotions. And now, we arrive at the next step. Phase 4, Mindful Response. Awareness allows us to see. Non-judgment allows us to stay. Understanding allows us to learn. But response is where we begin to act with wisdom. Herb emoji. Mindful response means choosing how we act, instead of reacting automatically. In everyday life, many of our reactions are immediate and unconscious. Someone says something, and we respond instantly. A situation arises, and we react without thinking. But mindfulness creates a space. A space between what happens and how we respond. And in that space, we have a choice. Let's look at a simple example. Someone criticizes you. In the past, you might react defensively. But now, you become aware. You observe your feelings. You understand what is happening inside. And then, you pause. Instead of reacting, you choose your response. Maybe you respond calmly. Maybe you ask a question. Maybe you choose silence. This is mindful response. Seedling emoji. It is not about suppressing emotions. It is about not being controlled by them. When we respond mindfully, our actions become aligned with our values, not just our impulses. This is where mindfulness begins to transform our lives. Because our life is shaped by our responses. Not by what happens to us, but by how we respond to what happens. Sparkles emoji. Let's try a simple practice. The next time something triggers you, pause. Take one breath. And ask yourself, what is the wisest way to respond right now? You don't need a perfect answer. Even a small pause can change everything. Herb emoji. Over time, this practice builds emotional balance, clarity, and inner strength. You become less reactive, and more intentional. Sparkles emoji. In summary, Phase I, awareness, you begin to see. Phase 2, non-judgment, you learn to stay. Phase 3, understanding, you begin to know. Phase 4, response, you begin to choose. And that choice is the beginning of freedom? Sparkles emoji. In closing, mindfulness is not just about how we feel, it is about how we live. And when we learn to respond with awareness, we begin to live with wisdom. Thank you for continuing this journey with me, Herb emoji. If you found this meaningful, please like, subscribe, and join me in the next phase of the Mindfulness Learning Series.